I'm at a point now where it's painful to do anything and not be in pain all the time. Like, I'm constantly in pain even sitting.
Imagine fighting for your life, doing everything you can to change, while the person who's supposed to love you more than anyone else in the world sits beside you, rolling her eyes, calling you an embarrassment, and acting like she's better than you.
When Nathan decided he didn't want to try and lose weight anymore, I told him I was disgusted with what he was doing, and I basically told him he was an embarrassment.
That was Nathan's reality, and what happened next turned him into one of the most inspiring success stories on My 600-Pound Life, and turned Amber into one of the most hated spouses the show has ever seen. Nathan's journey. What started as one man on a weight loss journey turned into something much more complicated. Nathan was a sweet, morbidly obese man who was in pain every day of his life, and finally realized he had to lose weight, or stay that way forever. The woman who should have been his cheerleader, his wife Amber, was a complete and utter bully. She mocked him, was dismissive, condescending, and walked around with a bizarre and completely unfounded sense of superiority. It's hard to fathom why she thought she was better than him when she was dealing with the exact same issues. Nathan was trying to improve his life, and Amber kept making it more difficult. This wasn't lost on the fans of the show, who were very critical of Amber's treatment of Nathan, often describing their relationship as toxic due to her negativity while he lost weight. Fans praised Nathan's progress, encouraged him to stand up for himself, and criticized Amber for calling him an embarrassment. Nathan's story started out like so many others on My 600-Pound Life. He was 35 years old, over 600 pounds, and miserable. He had lost his job as a teacher because of his size. He could barely walk from one room to another without getting winded, and he had a lymphedema in his leg that was so huge it leaked fluid. He also had open sores that oozed pus. Showering was painful, standing was painful, and just existing was painful. The only thing that Nathan actually enjoyed was eating. As he cooked, he said, "There isn't a moment I'm not craving something to eat. No matter what I'm facing, food will make it better. Food is my relief and my comfort, and when I'm eating, it's euphoric. It takes away whatever negative emotion I have going on." He would eat enough food for breakfast to feed a large family, an entire pack of bacon, and a full carton of eggs, plus biscuits and butter. He'd been eating portions this size since he was a child, because his dad worked at a fast food restaurant and would bring unhealthy food home every night. Nathan weighed over 250 pounds by the time he was 13, and the kids at school bullied him relentlessly. He didn't even try to make friends. He'd just stay to himself and go home after school and eat his feelings. By the end of high school, he was 450 pounds. He actually qualified for weight loss surgery once before, but because he didn't have the copay, the surgery was canceled and he gave up, gaining back all the weight he had lost, and more. Amber's abuse. Amber told the audience, as she was sitting in the same room as Nathan, that she found him disgusting. The only thing this dysfunctional duo did together was go food shopping and eat. He said if he took those things away, they'd have nothing. We watched them shopping for food, and as Amber put chips in her grocery cart, she blamed Nathan for the fact that she weighed 400 pounds. Or so she thought.
I just feel like Nathan's just let me down as a husband altogether. He has tried his best. I don't want it to seem like he hasn't, but it's getting to be too much. And I'm at a point now where every day I question whether or not I should stay.
Nathan never said a bad word about her. In addition to blaming Nathan for her size, Amber loved calling herself Nathan's caretaker, but she never actually took care of him. She loved to talk about how much she did for Nathan. But the reality was simple. She brought home gigantic, overflowing bags of fast food every night. She ate the same meals he ate, and she enabled every bad habit he had.
Some of the things that I do, Nathan specifically asked that it not be mentioned because I do things that not even a wife should have to do.
She acted exhausted and put upon, but she wasn't doing anything except complaining and judging him at every turn. Dr. Now exposes the truth. Nathan finally reached a point where he knew something had to change. So he went to see Dr. Now, hoping for weight loss surgery. He went to his first visit alone and was told if he wanted the surgery, he would have to lose 50 pounds. He went home and completely changed the way he ate. There were no more 4,000-calorie breakfasts. He was determined to stick to Dr. Now's diet. He went to his second appointment, confident that he had lost the 50 pounds. This time he brought Amber. When he stepped on the scale, we saw that he had exceeded expectations. He had lost 72 pounds. Did Amber jump up and congratulate her husband? No. She gave him a half-hearted thumbs up that you would have missed if you turned away for a moment. But even though she wasn't impressed, Dr. Now was, and he scheduled Nathan's weight loss surgery. Finally, Dr. Now turned his attention to Amber, pointing out she had a weight problem of her own. This made her defensive. She told him that she had much better eating habits than Nathan. She also told him that she'd already had weight loss surgery at just 16 years old and had lost 360 pounds. She seemed proud of this fact, but Dr. Now pointed out that she had gained all that weight back and then some. When she blamed her weight gain on having kids, he asked her if she considered her weight loss surgery a success. Delusionally, Amber answered yes. And that's when Dr. Now compared her to a gambler who thought he was successful because he had $1 million an hour ago, but had lost it all. That's not reality, he said, adding, your success was only in the short term because you never addressed the behaviors that made you gain weight in the first place. He talked her into joining Nathan on his weight loss journey. Then came the moment she stepped on the scale. She thought she was around 400 pounds, but that wasn't even close. She weighed 502, and Dr. Now pointed out that because she was shorter than Nathan, her BMI was actually worse than his. She had spent the entire episode acting like she was somehow healthier than he, but the scale exposed the truth. The downward spiral. Nathan had his surgery and was told he should lose 40 pounds a month. But he and Amber struggled to stay on track. At their next visit, he had only lost 6 pounds, and Amber had gained 3. Dr. Now was not happy.
And you have lost the whole 6 pounds instead of 40. So what's going on that you only lost 6 pounds in 1 month after weight loss surgery?
Honestly, the only thing I can think of is that I probably have eaten stuff that I shouldn't have.
I literally did not get out of bed. I didn't count my calories or anything for 2 weeks, which is, the proof is right there. I just gave up.
And yet Amber still acted like Nathan was the only one failing. That's when Dr. Now sent them to couples therapy, where Amber admitted she didn't respect Nathan and that she wasn't attracted to him. This was no surprise. No one who actually cared about Nathan would have treated him the way she did. The therapist told Nathan he had to start standing up for himself. And that's about where their season 10 episode ended, leaving us all in suspense over what would happen next. The transformation. A 2024 update on My 600-Pound Life, Where Are They Now? Revealed that everything had changed. Nathan had succeeded. He stuck with the program, lost hundreds of pounds, had skin removal surgery, and went from a 9X shirt to a 2X. He looked healthier, happier, and more confident than ever. Amber, on the other hand, was still struggling, still obese, and still stuck in the same habits. She was also still making excuses. But for the first time, she admitted that she was proud of Nathan. And Nathan, who had never stopped being the lovable guy we met at the beginning of his journey, was still supportive of Amber in spite of it all. In the end, Nathan's journey wasn't really about food or surgery, or even the number on the scale. It was about a man who finally took control of his life. He kept going even when he slipped, and he proved that change doesn't come from perfection. It comes from refusing to quit. Amber, on the other hand, never even started her journey. She stayed in the same place, physically and emotionally. But Nathan didn't let that stop him. He didn't wait for her approval. He didn't wait for her to catch up. And he didn't rely on her caretaking. He succeeded on his own, in spite of Amber's negativity. What do you think of Nathan and Amber? Do you agree that she's the most hated woman on My 600-Pound Life? Or can you think of someone even more detestable? Tell us in the comments below and cast your vote in the Living Large community poll. We'll see you in the next one, coming up right now.